Hello everyone, welcome back to another Raiders video. In this video, I'll be talking about what to expect from the Raiders offense in 2024, so let's get into it. So the first question mark about how good this offense can be is at the quarterback position. Obviously not a designated starter just yet. It's a two-man battle between O'Connell and Gardner Minshew, of course. And right now there is no guy with a leg up apparently, but if I had to guess, I would say it would be O'Connell because he was the guy that was here last year. Minshew is a veteran, but he's not really much better than O'Connell, and he's already entering year 6, so we kind of already know what we can get from him. But O'Connell's only entering year 2, and last year was a bit chaotic for him, obviously, because he didn't get to start the full season. He came in week 4, then didn't start again, then came back to being a starter again, and had to deal with a coaching change, all sorts of stuff. But I think as of now, if I had to say, O'Connell would be the guy because he actually has some potential to grow on, whereas Minshew, even though I like him, he's already entering year 6. We kind of already know what we got from him. So I would say if their play from the past is already similar enough, might as well start the guy that at least has potential to get better, and that's why I would roll with O'Connell. But nonetheless, I think both guys are guys that can get it done and facilitate the ball to wherever it needs to go, because they both do have arms where it's not great, but it's good enough. They have some accuracy. They're not flashy, but they can make plays with their arms. Now Minshew is more athletic. He does have some improvisation, so that does give him a nice advantage. But even with that being said, it's not like he's a great athlete. He still is mostly a pocket passer. So that's where the quarterback situation stands at right now. But even besides whoever starts at quarterback, the room should still be better than last year, because a year 2 AOC should be better than a rookie version of him, and Gardner Minshew last year for the Colts is definitely better than Jimmy G was. So nonetheless, the room should be better than it was last year. And even regardless of who starts and how good they are, they still have weapons to deal with, because we do have a talented offense. At running back, Zamir White is ready to take the role full time. Last year was a starter for 4 games to end the year and looked pretty good, as we know. So I think he can be good this year as a full-time starter for the entire year. And of course, we have guys behind him. Abdullah will continue his third down role. We have Madison, who I think should get some carries. I think the running game should be solid this year, because last year we were mostly feeding Josh Jacobs, and he was not looking that good. But he was our workhorse, so no matter how it was, we just kept giving the ball to him, and obviously it didn't work out sometimes. But this year, I think there'll be more of a committee, and Zamir White was pretty effective on the ground last year. Now for the wide receivers, obviously we know about Davante Adams. He's great. His production last year did fall off, but the quarterback situation was not the best. He's still, at least in the back end of his prime, maybe not, in the best middle of his prime, but at least in the back end of his prime. Still has some good years left. Jacoby Myers had a nice year last year, even more than I expected. 800 yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns as well. So I like his production from last year. Now the receiver 3 position is interesting, because Tre Tucker is a young guy and entering year 2. He was pretty solid last year, mostly to end the year. I liked the production he put up. As a guy we went deep to, I believe he averaged 17 yards a reception. But then we also have Michael Gallup, who we signed. Michael Gallup is a very established receiver, playing with Dallas his whole career. Is a very established receiver, as I mentioned. But I think I'd rather see Tre Tucker be the wide receiver 3 because of the speed he has and how young he is. Because Michael Gallup, I do like him, but he's more of a possession guy. He is a guy that can make plays if he need, which I think he will do for us this year. I think Gallup will be the wide receiver 4. He'll make plays when we need him to make plays, but Tre Tucker should be the wide receiver 3, in my opinion. We can utilize his speed downfield. And Jalen Guyan might make team as like a wide receiver 5. Also, good downfield speed, but I don't really see him playing too much. And DJ Turner, our wide receiver, I expect to make the team just for his special teams ability, but I don't really see him playing much at receiver. Now, an interesting point is the Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer connection, because they're both very talented, both very young. But can we get both of them the ball? Michael Mayer was a very good collegiate tight end, but last year was not really as good as we thought he'd be. But he was a rookie. I think he'll get better. But now with Brock Bowers coming in, who was absolutely insane as a collegiate player, he's a guy that you have to get the ball to early, because he's a guy that he comes in, he's very pro ready. He can block, he can catch anywhere, run any route. So I think no matter what team he went to, he'd be a guy that gets the ball early and often in his career. So now the question is, Mayer, to me, was like the same guy coming out of college. And now, how's it going to be? Because they're both very talented, both very young. But do we really have the capacity to get them both the ball? I hope so, because Brock Bowers is the guy that demands the ball with how good he is. Michael Mayer we took him in the second round last year for a reason, and he's obviously also very talented. So I'm not really sure how it's gonna go, but I'm excited about it because both of them are very good young options. I'm not sure if there really will be a tight end 1 or if it'll be like a tight end 1A or 1B situation. You know, I think Bowers being drafted in the first round, being a 2-time Mackey Award winner. If there was a 1A, he'd be the 1A. But Michael Mayer is still a guy that has to see the ball, and you know, I'm excited about it. We'll see if we can get them both utilized, but I hope both of them can be solid for us because I like both of them a lot. Now with their offensive line, not too many changes from last year. Dylan Parham looks like he might be coming back to right guard where he played as a rookie and in college. And Jackson Myers-Johnson will slide in at left guard and be a day 1 starter. No matter what, I think Myers-Johnson was going to be a day 1 starter. Obviously, for us, we don't really need center. We need a guard, and looks like he'll be the left guard for us. Now, Thayer Munford is also a question mark, though, because we let Jermaine Miller walk, and Thayer Munford is going to be the guy. Thayer Munford has had spot starts in the last 2 years, but he was filling in for injury. Is he ready to be the guy going forward for the entire season? We'll have to see, but he is young. He did play at Ohio State and was a pretty solid prospect for his first couple years at Ohio State. He has started for us, so that there is hope in him actually being a full-time starter, but he's not proven. So the right tackle is not proven. Our left guard, Paris Johnson, is a very good young rookie, but is not proven, however. And the rest of our offensive line is the veterans that we've already had for a while. So the offensive line should be a solid unit, but not expecting them to be great. And the last point I'm going to make is, it's also a question mark, just like I said about the quarterback battle. Is how will the Luke Getsy offense work? Because with Chicago, very, very up and down, mostly down though. And he did rank number 1 and number 2 in back-to-back years in rushing offense. However, a lot of that was Justin Fields scrambling. The thing about his offense that's going to be different here, in both a good way and a bad way, is over there, Justin Fields is not the best passer. So even when he had open reads, he did not make the throws. Over here, I think with O'Connell and Minshew, that's going to be different. But there was also plays where the play busted down. It could have been a sack or worse or something like that. And Justin Fields turns into a positive gain with his legs, which our quarterbacks cannot do. So, you know, pro and a con there. I guess one more pro I can throw in there is he coached in Chicago, which is obviously known as the Windy City. It was an outdoor stadium. And that made it pretty hard to pass the ball in the latter parts of the season, you know, when it got really cold and windy in November, December. And over here, that's not going to be the case because not only are we in a hot city, but we play in a dome stadium. So that wind should not be a factor. So I think that can also be a pro. But, you know, he does have experience. But let's be real, he was not very good with the Bears. Every Bears fan I've ever heard on social media wanted him to get fired, as he did. So that is a question mark. So overall, I think with our offense, the quarterback battle and the offensive coordinator is going to be a question mark. But we have the potential. We have so many good weapons that I think it's going to be tough to be a bad offense with. I mean, look at all the weapons. Jacoby, Devontae, Zamir White, Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer. I think it's going to be a solid offense. We're still a defensive team, so our offense does not have to carry. But the offense better pick up the slack because last year it was bad. And we had talent last year as well. It should not have been this bad. So we'll see how the offense improves this year in 2024. Anyway, that's my video about the expectations for the offense next year in 2024. I'm Marto, and thank you for watching.